We don't know it yet. But we're about to die.
Ah. Hey, Stacy, how you doing? Oh, which movie rack? Let me guess. Good Boy? That sounds like that was the Good Boy recommendation. Oops. Oh, god damn it. Music started over. Ah, well, whatever. Nope. Oh, which was it? Which was it then? See, now you got me in suspense. Oh boy, man, my place is a wreck. Why is there a glove over there? I mean, I can use it. I could put the lights there. King Mok from PMOK, Indonesian horror comedy. Oh. Yeah, that's a cute one. King Mok. Yeah, that movie's like a really interesting, like, it's like one of those farce. It has so many like farcical elements, you know. But the kind of thing that I like, the kind of thing that like Asian audiences have a much easier time with, going from like super funny to super sad. Like, I think American audiences would not know what to do with that movie. Hey, Cave Witch, hey, Sun Wizard. No, I'm doing pretty well today. Today's been a pretty good day. Putting up the Halloween decorations, getting ready for tomorrow. Yeah, sometimes them Asian movies got everything, man. Sometimes they just they just have everything. Nitro G, what's up? Oh. God, Halloween's tomorrow. One more night till Halloween. Just 5 hours to Halloween. One more day till Halloween. Question for you. You see, I'm selling butt. Oh, God damn it. No. Hey, Riggs. Thanks for the fucking donation. Oh. Yeah, anyone else who wants to donate, feel free. We've got to keep this train rolling. This train rolls on your donations. But let's figure out what we can do that'll be fun. There's some like weird and funky shit happening out there, like a lot of fighting over them tariffs, which is of course is important. Yeah, Creature from Black Lagoon is a great movie. It's classic. Classic for a reason. Ah, boy. Hey, let's listen to some K-pop Demon Hunter, huh? How about that? Hold on. Actually, better idea. But just the best parts. I'm just gonna watch the best
wearing
parts.
A tiny hat? What?
He's trying so hard. He's doing his best.
No, really. It's okay. Just leave it. Calm down. I'm not gonna meet him. You gotta get out of here. Come on.
Hey, Gory, how you doing?
Yeah.
Gory, how you doing? Do you want to come on? Do you want to talk? Do you want to chat? Do you want to just say hello? I could always stand to talk to Gory. We really kicked this thing off for Halloween. So now I'm just... All right, well, we're waiting for the answers. Let's watch more Tiger.
You sound good.
Yeah, who would have thought? Those tonics actually...
At it, and I just can't shake this feeling. Sound nuts. I guess these demons are just getting to me.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, bye.
Bye-bye. I am Tiger with a... I'm a big blue... Look, big blue tiger.
So I've been meaning to ask, why does the bird wear a tiny hat?
I made it for the tiger, but the bird keeps taking it.
Hey Jack, would you want to see a Manhunt TV show? I don't know. I guess we'll have to see, you know, like, cause keep asking me questions, and I'm like, kind of like, I don't know, maybe, you know, kind of, you know. You know, because like my whole thing is like, well, is it any good? I don't tend to think about media in terms of anything else other than, is it entertaining? You know, like that's the first thing. You're making Thursday Can't right now. We should plan something. Yeah, we absolutely should. You know, I think you should come on. But like when it comes to movies and media and stuff, to me it's always, well, okay, is it good? You know, I don't prejudge things, like unless they just really put the worst foot forward. Like there are some things I'm like, why would you do that? You know, like let's see, there was one recently where they were like gonna do something, and I was like, why? You know. But usually I don't poo-poo like something that comes out beforehand. I like to meet art where it is, you know, and then I can rip it to shreds if it turns out it's terrible, you know, because it turns out that a lot of art isn't terrible, so much as just not great. And I don't think it's fair to like judge art by whether or not it's amazing. You certainly want to know if it's amazing, but like, you got to remember that's still something that someone put work into. I have to really think it's worthless. I have seen really, 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 really worthless art. Like, trust me, I've seen it. I've also seen artists that are not dedicated to the craft. They're not dedicated to the art itself. And that is really irritating. You know, if you want to be an artist, you have to dedicate yourself to the craft and the art. Like, that has to be your highest priority. You know, like, I'm not saying, like, give up your fucking personal life. But you gotta give a shit. You know, being an artist is not just a job. And if I think it is just a job, I think less of you. You know, like, I think less of you as a person and definitely as an artist. You know, everyone focus on, oh, how can I make a living? Oh, how can I make a living? Oh, how can I make a living? I have no fucking clue. And nobody does. You know, that's the important bit there. Like, nobody knows how to fucking make a living at art. Just some people do it. You know, so if you're getting into arts and trying to focus on like how to make a living, you're focusing on the wrong thing. Absolutely. You're absolutely focused on the wrong thing. I've got a billion fucking numbers and business cards and shit of people, you know, who all saw this as a career first, who I will never fucking contact. I will never contact them. I will never fucking call on them. You know, like, because I just won't. Not for anything, not for nothing, no how. You know, because if you're getting it down to like, being an artist is not like having a manufacturing job or an office job. I'm not just looking for someone to just fit the bill. You know, I'm looking for someone to fit the project. And if this is just a job to you, you better be fucking amazing. You know, I don't tolerate, if you got that attitude, you have to be amazing just for me to want to talk to you. You know, I have been in, I can't tell you how many times I've talked to people, or I've been introduced to people who are artists. And when I talk to them and they want to know how to fucking get a job, my initial reaction, I've only said this to, essentially to one person, but I had history with that guy. One of those histories of like, why are you even talking to me? I hate you. You know, I hate you, and I've made that known. You know, so I told him, and what it was I got a better idea. Why don't you just get an office job and stop bothering people? I've got other things I need to do. Like right now, I could be jerking off. You know, I could be having an orgasm at this minute. Instead, I'm talking to you. Why is that better? Sorry, I go on rants when it comes to art because I went to art school, and all the time, art school is just filled with people who will never get anywhere because they see it as a job. If that's all you see it as, then that's all it's worth. And if that's all it's worth, why am I paying real money? Like, you better be fucking amazing. But I will take an artist with a distinctive style who gets it over someone whose work is technically better but only sees it as a job. Like, every single fucking time. Yeah, building, designing, yeah, whatever. You know, but like, if you're not like seriously into it, I mean like real into it. Nobody gets into the arts to be mediocre. So why are you going into the arts to be mediocre? You know, nobody wants to do that, so why are you doing that? That's what focusing on career does. Because you're constantly worried about what is marketable. Fuck what's marketable. Fuck it. The only time what's marketable fucking matters is when it's you and you're collecting cash. That's when it matters to you as an artist. Any other time, fuck it. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. No, I don't even blame capitalism for that. I mean, trust me, it does its damage. It does its damage, but I blame people. I blame people. You know, like, oh, art is only should only be done if it gets you a job. Fuck no. That is not right, and it has never been right. Some of the greatest artists I've ever met have been guys who were carpenters, who never thought once about having a fucking art career. I have there's a fantastic artist I always work with. He's a farmer. I mean, that is technically what he is. That's his day job. He farms. I won't go into exactly what he farms because, you know, I don't want to embarrass people too much. But, like, he is a farmer. See, I think even in entertainment, you gotta have something more than the job. Fuck that. I mean, you want to show up, definitely. Show up, be on time, do your time. You know, yeah, so many people undervalue art. I can't tell you how many times someone has asked me to create something for free because it's just art. Fuck you. Yeah, and I'm like, no, fuck you. I'm not doing that either. I do art. Why? Because it makes my dick hard. You know, and that's what I tell everybody. You know, it's like, oh, why should you do art? Because it makes your dick hard. You know, like that's why you do it. You know, and even if you're asexual, you get what I'm talking about. It's your fixation. It's the thing that you do when no one else wants you to do anything. Because trust me, we can all tell the difference. Yeah, you do it for the dongs. I mean, there you go. Yeah, because here's the thing. Do you know who also like drew dongs and things like that, but fucking became a famous artist? Robert Crumb. That was his thing, man. That man only almost exclusively drew what made his dick hard. Literally. As an artist, he's done very well. You know, I can't pretend that every great artist I've met has become financially successful. They haven't. They're very few. But that wasn't the reason they got involved in the first place. That wasn't the reason they got involved in the first place. So, you know, it's working out. Hey, Matthew. Hey, R. Ryle. You know, so that's my whole fucking rant on, yeah, one of the things where the falling angel meets the rising ape. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that's like part of my rant on that's my rant on art as a living. You know, which is if you're trying to figure out how to make a living, you're focusing on the wrong thing. First, the art's got to be good. That's your first job. There are other aspects. Comics, however, that's an additional issue. No pun intended. That's an additional thing because, like, in comics, what really counts is writing. Don't get me wrong, comic art matters, but it's not the big thing. The big thing is the writing. The storytelling. There are plenty of rough artists who are like, really rough around the edges, who do great comics. Fucking Tapas used to be full of them. There are a whole bunch of like horror comics on like Tapas that were, the art was really, really, really rough, and you like not professional level, but the story is amazing. Worth reading. And about the biggest compliment I can give to a fucking piece of literature is it's worth reading. Oh yeah, there's also a lot of pretension among artists. Yeah, but you know who's really pretentious? Art critics. And I put myself in that fucking category. I'm an art critic, and and I can get real pretentious. I I just get really, 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 really fucking worked up. I get real worked up over art. You know, one of the things that I really liked about doing the Count Jackula show is I got to talk about art. You know, that art being film. Isn't true art in the eye of the beholder? Who beholds more than the artist? I am not a death of the author kind of guy. I really am not. I'm really not. I think death of the author is stupid. Well, you know, death of the author. Shut the fuck up. Death of the author. What are you going on about? Well, isn't any interpretation? No, not every interpretation of art is valid. Period. You wouldn't say that, well, you know, Sesame Street promotes fascism. That would be the stupidest fucking, and I know someone fucking said it, but that's the fucking stupidest thing you could ever say. That is not valid. What's death of the author? Oh, it's the idea that once the author is like fucking made the art, they might as well be dead. But the thing that fucking freaks me, that pisses me off, is, you know, when people fucking bring it up, when the author turns out to be a scumbag. And I'm like, how can you argue death of the author when you're mad that the author is a scumbag and that we shouldn't read his shit? Those two arguments don't fucking go together. You know, it also comes up when a critic wants to say that their interpretation of the film is more important than the filmmakers. And I'm like, no, it isn't. No, it fucking isn't. It is not. Rando's opinion on a piece of art is not more important than the person who made it. Now, can the person who made it fail at getting their message across spectacularly? Yes. Fucking of course. Are people going to read shit into it anyway? Fucking of course. You know, well, the author's interpretation doesn't matter. What matters is the interpretation that you get out of it. Yeah, but what if the other observer is a moron? God. Yeah, sorry. I have feelings about that. You know. Yeah. People who invoke death of the author when, like, they don't want to feel bad for when they don't, when the biggest time it's invoked is when someone wants to make a social critique argument out of a piece of art that actually has nothing to do with the social critique that the critic is using. I notice that tends to happen a lot. And so they go like, well, you know, death of the author, like the real you know, like my meaning is understanding of the piece of art is just as valid. No, it's not. No, it isn't. I don't know where people got this fucking stupid idea that people's opinions about, all people's opinions about things are equal just because it's subjective. They're not. It isn't. Oh, so room 237. Yes. 100 times yes. I hate that documentary. It lives rent-free in my fucking head, and I hate it. You know, because those are some of the most fucking balls interpretations of The Shining that you will ever fucking hear, which is, of course, the point of the doc. But, like, you listen to these idiots with such confidence, and you're like, you're all conspiracy theorists, aren't you? These people, look, it's like they're turning into luggage, and just like the Jews in the Holocaust. Or it could just be a way of showing that the hotel is now vacant. That people are leaving. Room 237 is a documentary about people's interpretations of The Shining. And it is one of the most frustrating docs to fucking watch if you have any level of film literacy. Probably the best way of explaining why I hate Death of the Author. It is the last argument of the fucking media illiterate. Yeah, Death of the Author, they're trying to use a literary theory to solve a strong emotion they're feeling. Yeah. That's actually not a bad dissection. What's there to deconstruct? It's a classic horror movie. Great performance ever involved. There's a lot to there's actually, legitimately, there is a lot to deconstruct with The Shining. But if you want to see people who've, like, just gone over the fucking edge into the great beyond of what the fuck are you talking about, watch that documentary. It is, to me, it is nothing but 2 hours of brain frying frustration. I think that's my fear of my writing. If the people will have on it will be louder than what I intended. Yeah. It's a legitimate concern. That's a thing that happens, but that's no reason not to write. There's no reason not to write. Like, idiot's gonna idiot. I find that in art, in both literature and the visual arts, like there's ain't been a fucking difference. It's important to dig deep. To go into those areas where you might be afraid to go. You know, because that's not only where the truth lies, according to Albert Camus. I happen to believe that as well. But it's also where your voice lies. You know, your discomfort leads to the very personal. And the very personal is what makes art what it is. That's probably your religious trauma talking. Oh, probably is, which means you should write about it. Why do you think most writing is about trauma? You know? Hell, you can actually write a great uplifting story about trauma. You know, like, you know, you still got to dig deep, but you can make a wonderful uplifting story about trauma. That's what The Hobbit is. You know, what's The Hobbit but like a critique of the fucking traumas of war? Was Camus a fan of Carl Jung? I don't know. Camus, I think, I think they were contemporaries. I actually don't know Camus' thoughts on Jung. He might have thought of him as an uptight fucking German cunt, for all that I know. Would you ever deconstruct the original Are You Afraid of the Dark series? Well, I mean, that's kind of like playing checkers when you really want to play chess. The thing about the Are You Afraid of the Dark series is all very surface. You know, it's all there on the surface. You know, it's not those episodes don't hide anything. There's no hidden meaning. You know, and there's no subtlety either. It's like for as bombastic as like Tales from the Crypt or Tales from the Dark Side got, like, they had a subtlety that Are You Afraid of the Dark didn't bother with. Yeah. My Number Terror is based on Miyazaki's childhood, especially when his mother was ill. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, like some pieces of it, some pieces of art and entertainment don't need to be more than surface. Like, but there's something different about surface level entertainment given to you by a person who can dig really deep. Sometimes you just want to scare little children, but it takes an understanding of childhood fears to do that properly. Example? Oh. Okay, well, let's go. I'm a little less familiar with Are You Afraid of the Dark? I mean, I've seen a bunch of those episodes, but I don't remember many of them. But let's go, like, to a parallel show, one that I think is about roughly on the same level of quality, Goosebumps. One thing R.L. Stine understood is why ventriloquist dummies are creepy. What can I do with a ventriloquist dummy that would be creepy? If the roommate was a crypt keeper, what would you do? Oh, I don't know. Probably get a really good air conditioning unit. And look to move. It depends on the smell, really. Well, that does remind me. That reminds me of a video.
So, what's it like living with Jigsaw?
Not as cool as I thought it would be.
I want to play a game.
Okay, well, I want to take a shower, so...
The toilet has been clogged with two-ply paper towels and dirty socks. If you do not fix it in the next 27 seconds, it will overflow, covering your personal electronic devices in filthy toilet water. To reach them, you must walk barefoot across a floor covered in razor blades. The clock is ticking, Gary. Make your choice. The wine in both your glasses has been replaced with the blood of a three-toed sloth.
What do you want? Awake. What?
You are completely surrounded by armed mousetraps. The keys to your car have been force-fed to Bingo. You must retrieve them in the next 5 minutes using any weapon of your choosing from this open drawer, or you will not make it to the office on time. The choice is yours, Gary. Will you take the life of your best friend, or be late to work for the 4th time this week?
I always love that one, you know. No, it would be... Look, I'd say the problem would be puns all the time living with the Crypt Keeper, but I live with Horror Guru. I already live that nightmare. You know? See, he thinks of puns like just on reflex. And I can't do that now. I would love to be able to replicate it, but I can't. You know, I'll say something and then he'll just be like, what do you mean, Jackula? Do you mean pun? Probably one of the most common phrases spoken in this fucking apartment. Do the office one? All right, since you asked.
So, what's it like working with Jigsaw?
Not as cool as we thought it would be.
May I ask you what your bill is now? Yes, I can see what I can do to lower that number. I want to make you happy.
Hey, Janine.
Yes, I would be happy to crunch those numbers. Just a moment, I'm very sorry. What?
Hey, Letha, how you doing?
Okay, well, I want to go home on time, so...
Your computer has been infected with a pornographic virus. In exactly 25 seconds, Jeff, the hot IT guy who you totally have a crush on, will arrive at your desk to fix it. You must close all 517 pop-ups using the office's deadliest computer mouse. The clock is ticking. Make your choice.
Thank you guys very much. I wasn't expecting anything.
The frosting on Dan's birthday cake contains 29 tablespoons of koala urine. One for each year of his pathetic, meaningless life.
What did he say?
Hold the elevator, please, 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 please. Hold the elevator. Hold it, please, hold it.
Just hold it.
Keep holding. Hold on. Just hold it. Hold it. Hold it.
Hold it.
Please. Hold for one more. Don't be rude, guys. Don't be rude. Nearly there. Nearly there. Nearly there. Nearly there. But the door's closed. Just hold. Hold it. Okay. One sec. Just one sec. You're all very polite. I just need to. Yep. Here we go.
You want me to get that?
Got it, Steve.
This is not the fun part of the job, but we've been monitoring office productivity, and as you can see from this research, when your games increase, general productivity throughout the office actually decreases.
It'd be different if your games had some sort of work-related theme, like team building or workplace synergy.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
Look,
sure.
all we're asking is that you just, tone it down a little, just till corporate gets off our back, okay? You know? What do you think?
Yeah. It's all of your legs have been chained together at the ankles. The keys to your shackles
See, that's the kind of thing I'm talking about.
The keys, Jeff, to your shackles have been destroyed. Your only hope for escape is to saw off your own feet using the weapon under your chair. It's gonna be tough. But it's time for each of you to make a choice. Will you synergize and work together as a
team care
to free yourselves and
yourselves.
spend the weekend at home with your families, or be stuck inside the office for the third time this quarter.
I think the best one is hold, please. Hold. Oh, man. Good stuff. Good stuff. Oh, whoa, I can't play that. That's an entire album. Let's see. As far as Letha is your question, I'm doing well. I'm doing okay. I'm doing good. I always feel really weird when people ask me how I am because, like, for a second, I don't know what to say. You know, it's like, on what level? Because it's never just like, it's never specific. It's like, how you doing? Well, I've got type 2 diabetes. I worry that I'm struggling with the effects of long COVID, which would really suck. But I'm doing all right physically other than that. Emotionally, my day was okay. Like, nothing really bad happened. I did look at Instagram for a bit and then remembered why I shouldn't doom scroll. So that was depressing. You know, oh, and my grandmother died about a month ago. You know, like it how I am at any one particular moment is a complex tapestry of fucking emotions and feelings. Yeah, they're doing okay. I mean, they're tending to family business, you know. I think one of the things I think is because my grandmother was so old, I think they got their mourning out of the way. A lot of the most important aspects of the mourning out of the way before she actually died. You know, like they had a good, like, 10 years of her likely dying at any minute. You know, she did live to 107. You know, so they've been waiting for that. They've been worried about that day for a long time, to the point where, like, I think that when it finally happened, they were actually a little relieved. You know, because it's like, oh God, any day now. Any day now. Any day now for, like, years. Plus, I think they also, like, I think they also said all the things that needed to be said. I think that was the gift, that they were able to do that. Count, have you sacrificed someone to the Dark Crusade? Seems to really lighten up the day. Yeah, a few people. I mean, I never know their names. Yeah, another example of, like, really good writing. An example of really good writing, actually, used on both the surface and a little bit deeper, is Rick and Morty, actually. They're actually very good at that. They're really good at using both the surface level and the deeper levels. You know, they never fail to deliver, like, the absolute horror of Rick's universe and the awful things that are in it. Oh my God. Yeah, Mel Brooks, man. He's an old guy. You know, there's a lot of great art and there's a lot of great art out there. You know, it's also why that was like the worst part of being a reviewer, you know, because I tended to focus on art I had something to say about, you know, and to me, things that I like are easier to talk about, you know. So if I like something, I can expound upon it endlessly. If I hate something, that conversation is a lot shorter. It might get some of the quippiest bits, but it's hard to do because, like, really all I do is lose my mind. Yeah, I know they're making a Spaceballs 2, but we'll see how it goes. You know, yeah, I didn't want to. I started out wanting to do bad horror movies, but like very quickly I changed course to interesting horror movies. You know, which is why I did like things like Spit on Your Grave and House of a Thousand Corpses. You know, The House of a Thousand Corpses in particular, because I consider that to be an extremely flawed movie. But every flaw it has is very interesting. Kind of like Halloween 2. Like, Halloween 2 is a bad movie. Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 is a bad movie. But everything that makes it bad, it to me, is actually extremely interesting. And then there are ones that are just like, that were fun and that were just good and interesting, like Return of the Living Dead. Oh, The 12 Chairs. The 12 Chairs. Yeah, the forgotten Mel Brooks movie. That was a movie that a lot of people didn't get because he was taking off on Italian filmmakers. And not enough people at the time were familiar with those guys. So he's like taking off on Fellini. But the problem with taking off on Fellini is you kind of just end up making a comedy that Fellini himself probably would have made. You know what I mean? But yeah, I got to get a copy of that movie. I haven't seen it in a long time. Have I ever watched Head of the Family? Fuck yeah, I watched Head of the Family. Oh, Head of the Family. Oh, yeah. You want to, House of 1,000 Corpses, you want to start from the beginning, man. Otherwise, it's a very different experience. In a town full of secrets.
Holy shit, you must have took a wrong turn.
Honey,
People are disappearing.
What was it, Lance? What did you see back there?
I saw the light, honey. I saw the light.
And in this house,
You've met my brothers and my sisters.
Boobies.
Logan. I don't believe we've ever met. My name is Myron Stackpool. I'm the, pardon the expression, the head of the family. We Stackpools all have our peculiarities.
You made them folks downstairs
That
go away.
that one
I
girl
want
has
you to
big
do the
tits.
same thing for Howard Oates. You make him go away.
And you aren't at all concerned about my subjects down in the basement?
Letting you do what you do, just letting you stay around and keeping my mouth shut, that's a price to me. A man takes a risk, why he ought to get paid for it. Seems reasonable to me.
You press too hard and you make it worth it for me to employ desperate measures. I'm not normally a vindictive person, but in your case, I'm going to make an exception.
Yeah, 12 Chairs is easy to forget because it's not the most accessible. Unless you've seen the movies, the types of movies that he's actually like making fun of, it doesn't stick in your mind because you're trying to figure out like what the hell is going on. Oh, I forgot it starred Frank Langella.
My gloves.
Do you love me?
Well, let's just say that I am very much in lust with you.
Pecan is back.
Pecan, come here.
Going.
12 chairs.
Walnut, carved in gold brocade. Next name, Pecan.
I think Frank Langella's still around, yeah.
You're not worth speaking on. Well, you are.
Yeah, like yeah, if you don't understand what he's making fun of, the movie's a little impenetrable. You know, because he was making fun of European cinema. Oh, I think, well, okay, Frank Langella, like, got himself into some trouble. Yeah, he was, like, fired from Fall of House of Usher because of claims of sexual harassment. You know, sexual harassment, you know. Yeah, but he is still alive. You want to see Rob Zombie do a comedy? Well, I think he already did. I think it's called House of a Thousand Corpses. You know, I mean, am I wrong? I thought that movie was pretty funny.
Gun in the holster bit, right in the upholstery, somewhere right close to me, just in case the rollers be rolling on the G. My woman keep it in the hosiery. I'm known in my town and on strips where high rollers be. I'm up early where the money folders sipping Folgers be. A country boy chilling in Brooklyn like Lefty spoke for me.
Yeah, I like this video.
We speak openly. Never a rat like Donnie Brasco though, cause ain't no hoe in me. Notice me, senpai, they cry.
Well, that's true. He did do the Munsters. Like, that's a pure comedy.
Old time speaker was hushed and crushed in rosaries. I lust after greatness, I'm aiming right at his ovaries. Better run from the future, Palooka. You acting like it's safe and the revolution's been. There's liars on the loose if we listen to you. Were the takers of the jewels, never singing a tune in. All soft, all soft, all soft. My mama said that I'm not living right. She said I'm crying on you. She said I waited up for you all night. I said I'm trying, mama. My mama said that I'm not living right. She said I'm crying on you. She said I waited up for you all night. I said I'm trying, mama.
I never really caught on with Solar Opposites, but I still like Rick and Morty.
I smoke the holy herb, get high as hell and meditate. Swear to God, shit so good, fat boy, I levitate. God gifted man, how the fuck they try to legislate?
I think part of it is because as I get older, I identify more and more with Rick.
Jesus Christ, give me a fucking break. She said, don't curse your mama, goddamn it, and do a dinner plate. Damn.
Except for the points where he abuses Morty. But like the tirades, like, you know, like hell, what the hell, fucking alien chick, you know, Jesus, I need another drink, you know, like that I identify with pretty well. I did like the Munsters movie. I thought it was cute, you know. It felt like a Munsters movie, you know. I don't know what else anyone was expecting. Could it have been better? Yeah, sure. But I don't know what people were expecting in the first place. Like, that was where I thought the criticism was off. You know, yeah, you could have, like, the biggest problem the Munsters movie was going to have is that it wasn't going to be the Addams Family. You know, which is something you could have done. You could have done like an Addams Family style, you know, story with the Munsters. But like, I kind of wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting that he would pull out a Barry Sonnenfeld film,
shelf.
You know?
Don't drop it. I'm not an idiot, Rick. I'm not gonna drop. Here we go. Only one of us is getting out of here, Morty. Enough talk, old man. Come here and fight me.
Beowulf movie with Robert Eggers. Didn't he already do The Northman? I feel like in a way we got that movie. Oh yeah, my favorite. Yeah, the Brady Bunch film was really good. Yeah. I didn't know it was made by one of the creators of the original show. That's interesting. Well, I think Robert Eggers is now doing, isn't he doing like The Wolfman or something like that? He's working on another horror project, but I can't remember which one it is.
Holy crap, Rick, that's
Yeah, I don't know what you would do with Gilligan's Island
let
these
this happen.
days.
Hey, what are you guys doing here? Oh, shit, Rick, please don't do this. Come on, baby.
I could feel like the only thing you could do with Gilligan's Island would be to take it deadly seriously and make it like Lost, but like, I don't know if that would work. Werewolf. Okay, so I did get it right. He's doing a werewolf movie.
I'm sorry, Rick. Morty, you idiot. Now I have to make more. What was it? It's acid, Morty. Pure LSD. I'm sorry, Rick. Whatever. There goes the next half hour of my life.
Rick and Morty. All new episodes begin Sunday, July 30th at...
It's a medieval werewolf flick? Cool. I'll definitely be watching it. Something I've never seen in a movie, and I'm like, you never seen this. And you don't realize you never seen it in a movie, because it sounds like something that should have been in a movie a long time ago. Werewolf with a shotgun. You never seen that. Do I think Robert Eggers is Wes Anderson himself? It depends on what you mean by that. I mean, like, I like Robert Eggers a lot more than I like Wes Anderson. And I think Eggers does a lot more experimentation than Anderson does. You know, I think Anderson he's focused in his aesthetic, and he's constantly improving it. But he doesn't, like, change style, if you know what I mean. Robert Eggers has actually changed style a few times. How would he shoot it? With his werewolf hands. I'm not talking about, like, people who just turn into wolves. I'm talking about werewolves. Like The Howling, you know? Like Super Bullet. Does a werewolf have the mental capacity? If you say he does, he does. Werewolf with a Gatling gun holds it like a minigun. Yeah, see, like, exactly. You've never seen that. I would say that's the progression, right? You know, I totally want to see like a fucking like werewolf with a Gatling gun. You know, it's just kind of cool. I think you could do a remake of Silver Bullet, but I think the original movie kind of did it. like it's already a really good Stephen King adaptation. I mean, I guess you could redo it, but like, yeah, I suppose you could. You know, I mean, they remade fucking Salem's Lot, and that was pretty fun. Yeah, do the werewolf version of Bleed. You know, that'd be cool. That'd be wicked. Yeah, exactly. Werewolf with a fucking machine gun. You know, like werewolf with a shotgun. Do you like the Aussie band This Is Serious Mum? I'm not familiar. I like Tim Burton movies. I like a lot of Tim Burton movies, but like, but I agree that we're a little Tim Burton. That at this point we're a little Tim Burtoned out. You know. Your love of vampires wins out. Yeah, and I think werewolves are an underexplored monster. You know, largely because we often don't let werewolves be werewolves. And by werewolf, like I do mean with the big wolf head and the fucking, giant body and fucking giant claws and shit. Yeah, I love the Howling version, Yeah, there is a movie called we got Bigfoot with a shotgun. We don't have werewolf with a shotgun. Yeah, werewolves are expensive to make. Really good werewolves are expensive to make, Hang on, I gotta check something. Okay. Had to fucking double check on the movie Werewolves, because I remember in Werewolves there are werewolves and machine guns, but at no point does a werewolf in that movie use a machine gun. At least not that we can remember. Werelingkara. He's the Werekara. Oh, the howling is great. I'm going to show you something. You know. I don't know why she turns into a Pomeranian, though. That was a little weird. Oh, Dark Side Phil. That guy could fucking suck a fuck. He's probably nasty enough to do it, too. I don't like that guy. I don't like Dark Side Phil. I think, like, I don't like any of the quote-unquote lol cows. Like, the whole... There's this really uncomfortable element that they all have that I don't like. I don't like... There's a point at which I'm like, I don't like laughing at people with fucking mental problems. And you can't tell me Darkseid Phil don't got mental problems. He has mental problems. Like, I'm pretty sure he's got a double-digit IQ. Like, he's also not very smart. So, I don't like the guy, but also I don't like people picking on him. But I don't like the guy, so I don't feel bad when he gets picked on, because he usually has done something. And it just makes me depressed. You know, it makes me really depressed to be like, ugh, God damn it. You know, like, I feel the same way about a lot of those guys. You know, like, I feel that way about the quartering too. You know, it's like, oh, fuck you, dude. You know, like, my werewolf movie would be a gay surfer guy with abs fighting crime with a chainsaw with his goth witch boyfriend. Well, there you go. There you go. That's a story only you can write. By the way, speaking of surfers, did you see the movie The Surfer with Nicolas Cage? You should. It's real good. It's not exactly a horror movie, but it is very weird. You have no idea who the Phil guy is? Yeah, keep it that way. Keep it that way. He's some old YouTuber. He's some early YouTuber who became what they refer to as a lol cow. Any of those guys that become lol cows, I'm just like, ugh. It just feels nasty to, like, even watch. You know? No, sadly. Oh, you should check it out. It's really good. What year is a Nick Cage surfer movie from this year? 2025. I have had students that, like, I know you got problems, buddy, but you are not helping yourself. Yes. 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 You know? There are just some people where you're like, buddy, I don't know how to help you. Buddy, I don't even know why you're here, you know? I think one of the scariest things is I don't think most people are enlightened. And I don't mean that in like a Buddhist way. I mean, that there are a lot of people who just don't have a lot going on upstairs, you know, and it's hard to relate because if you're a person who has stuff going on upstairs, it's hard to relate to people who don't, because the thing that defines your consciousness is your consciousness, you know, your self-awareness, you know, or your awareness of certain things. So when you talk to people who don't seem to have very good awareness, it's frustrating because there's like really nothing to talk about. You know, you could probably predict all of their behavior if you bothered to. Yo, Jimmy Jam, what's up? You know, we're talking about dumb motherfuckers right now. Oh, thanks, man. Oh, salad. Chilling like a supervillain. Yeah, the voyeurism of lol cows can be like interesting, but I can only take so much of it. Just had an Ike sandwich. Quit bragging. Oh, what kind of salad? Caesar. But with cucumbers. Know what they make you do in prison? Toss the salad. But with cucumbers. Oh, I see what you did there, Sue. I see what you did there. But with cucumbers coming from your butt. Oh, that's getting a little disgusting. It's like, not do that. Ah. Yeah, dried peppers in it. That's pretty good. Let's listen to some Joy Division. Happy music. Let's see. There's a distinction I noticed with people who may not be book smart, but have a good read of people. And then there are people who are just duds. Yeah, that's what I mean.
I've been waiting for a guy to come and take me by the hand. Cure these sensations, make me feel the pleasures of a normal man. These sensations spare the insults, leave them for another day.
Yeah, I've always had like a problem with people who are intellectual duds, you know, like, you don't seem to get it no matter what you fucking do.
It's getting faster, moving faster now, it's getting out of hand.
Yeah, a lot of conservative voters are duds.
On the 10th floor down the back stairs,
A lot of them.
into no man's land. Lights are flashing, cars are crashing, getting frequent now. I've got the spirit, lose a feeling.
Yeah, they're kind of famous for it. I mean, let's be honest. There's a reason that more conservative areas are also the worst in education. Because the more intelligent you are, the more you're like, wait a minute, we don't have to do this.
What means to you, what means to me, and we will meet again. I'm watching you, I watch it all, I take no pity from your friends. Who is right, who can tell, and who gives a damn right now? Until the spirit new sensation takes hold, then you know. Until the spirit new sensation takes hold, then you know. Until the spirit new sensation takes hold, then you know. I got the spirit, but lose a feeling. I got the spirit, but lose a feeling. Feeling, 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 feeling.
Ah. Yeah, I sometimes wonder if a lot of the reason a lot of duds start to like basically become conservative is because they can't think their way out of it. They can't imagine their way out of a situation. I think it's a loop. I think conservatism causes poor education, causes conservatism. You know, and you got to remember something. You also got to remember something, which is remember how dumb the average person is and then realize half of those people are dumber than that. You know, the George Carlin line. You know, a continuous thing in my life is realizing that not all people are smart. Dumb people are not smart people that are failing. Dumb people are largely dumb for a reason. Now, sometimes it's low IQ. You know, I hate Nick Fuentes. I think that guy can fucking just eat the barrel of a loaded gun. You know, the only thing I feel bad about the Charlie Kirk fucking assassination is the bullet didn't magically also hit Nick Fuentes. That was personally disappointing to me. You know. Oh no, you shouldn't talk ill. I'll talk ill of whoever the fuck I want. Charlie Kirk was a small-faced, big-headed, terrible fucking haircut piece of shit. I can't even... I can't even make that face. He looked like a caricature of a Chinese person. You know, like those really racist caricatures with those little eyes and the giant buck teeth. Like, he actually looked like that, but he was a white guy. I fucking hated that guy. Yeah, white farmers who thought that they were going to get another bailout from the Conservative Party, as they always had in the past, and then Trump didn't. Because he doesn't care. And everyone around him doesn't care. And they're just all like, oh, yes, Mr. Trump. You have to live to a fact that I was semi-attracted to a guy who I realized was conservative after the fact. Dude, I feel you. I feel you. Like, there are plenty of Instagram models who turned out to be like either conservative or wouldn't date an Asian guy that I'm just like, get the fuck out of here. Blocked. Get the fuck out. Ah, thank you, Chief Battle, for the donation. Man, a lot of people were worried I'd get in trouble for like my Charlie Kirk opinions back when he was first assassinated. You know, now I'm like, nah, I should have shot that fucker twice. You know. But yeah. I would follow like Instagram models. I was like, I don't know if I date an Asian guy. Okay, blocked out. Get out of my feed. You know, if you wouldn't date an Asian, if you're like, I'd never date an Asian person, like, I don't need to know any of your opinions. I don't care if you're hot. No pussy's that good. I've had racist pussy. It's not great. You know, got Charlie Cook running around telling people the minorities are basically subhuman. Fuck him. Fuck him. I'm glad he got shot. I'm glad he's dead. But he has a wife and 2 kids. That's just 3 more bullets. Oh, but his kids are... No. No, you don't understand. You're thinking that his kids are going to be like, could be like you are, or you were when you were kids, suffering in a conservative family. Besides, oh, but they had to see him die. Kids have to watch their parents die all the time. Why don't you ask the average kid in the Gaza Strip how they're doing? Fuck you. Why don't you talk to George Floyd's kids? See how they're doing. Charlie Kirk, great Christian. Fuck that. If Charlie Kirk is a great Christian, then being a Christian is no great thing. Oh, I totally hope the Mondami wins in November. You know, if I lived in New York, if I lived in Manhattan, I'd vote for him. See, back of Charlie's head was flat. His mom never cared enough to turn him on his belly. Explains a lot about him. Yeah. Changed my mind. Well, I guess someone did. Because now you dead. I don't know if it's your mind, but it changed your brain matter. Yeah, the cult that finds sympathy to be evil wants everyone to have sympathy for Charlie Kirk. Fuck that. You know, like, fuck you. You know, this is how you know we're dealing with, like... It's how you know you're dealing with cultists and monsters, man. You know, have sympathy for Charlie Kirk, but George Floyd was asking for it? Charlie Kirk was literally literally asking for it. He basically literally asked for it. You gotta be kidding me. He died for his beliefs. I got news for you. Everyone likes to say at least he died for his beliefs. Not just with Charlie Kirk, but just in general. But I got news for you. Almost everyone does. It's no special thing to die for your beliefs. None. Not special at all. To be who you are and live life the way you want, that's the special thing. And the good thing about that is you don't need to be particularly bright in order to do that. But you do have to have an appreciation and an understanding of yourself. Luckily, that doesn't take much. That doesn't take too much brain matter. There's this Instagram channel that I'm addicted to, and I hate that I'm addicted to it. I mean, I really do hate that I'm addicted to it. It's called The Necessary Conversation. It's just basically two kids in California talking to their parents who live in Texas, and it is infuriating. It is infuriating. And because the dad, first of all, the dad is just like a complete stupid piece of shit. You know, and he's absolutely... Any thoughts on Beetlejuice 3 or Hocus Pocus 3? Well, those movies don't exist, so I have no opinion of them. I don't have opinions on movies that don't exist. You know, but the dad is just so full of himself and so full of shit. And you could just tell he's just a hateful, bitter man. And I find myself going, I never want to be you. If that means I die younger, fine. I never want to be that guy. Same rationale. It says some guy from 2,000 years ago died for our sins. We owe him big time. Well, it's the idea that we owe that motherfucker something. That is a problem. You know? But instead of treating him like an example that shows us the way, you know, like Buddha, They're instead like, oh, he suffered. Eh. And so it starts very early on, but you start to get this idea that as long as you suffer enough, it's okay, which is why I think I just gave you my thoughts on the third installment. It doesn't exist, therefore I don't have an opinion. I don't have an opinion because those movies don't exist. They may never exist. Well, it's like Jesus Christ is supposed to be some sort of example, an example of what sometimes eludes me. You know, to me, he exists as an example of what the Abrahamic faith will do to a person who says, hey, by the way, everything's going to be okay. You know, like that to me is the lesson, which is you can't trust these people. Like, these people are terrible. These people will fucking kill you if you try to bring the light to them. Like, that to me is the lesson.
Conductive nations. A new world order. A new world order. A new world order.
Do you have any big plans for Halloween? Yeah, I'm going to give candy to kids. Yeah, New World Alert. Just coughing with the Charlie Kirk hair with a little bass on it. You have a favorite Nin album? I think Downward Spiral probably is my favorite. It's the one I go back to the most often.
What we are looking at is good and evil, right and wrong. The New World Order.
See, my sister and I had this conversation regarding why we believe. We recognized that we didn't see ourselves as people who wanted to be rid of guilt.
The New World Order. The New World Order.
That's actually very interesting.
The New World Order. We're not about to make that same mistake.
You didn't see yourselves as people who wanted to be rid of guilt. Yeah, that's actually very interesting. I mean, that's definitely kind of also where I'm coming at it, but I don't know if that's where a lot of Christians are coming at it from. It was the appeal of someone loving you no matter how weird or shitty we felt. Yes. I would say that is the appeal. Well, that would be the appeal to me. You know, let's play another Ministry. This is a more recent Ministry song called "Goddamn White Trash."
I'm talking, of course, about extremism and extremist ideology. Views and conduct run counter to everything which can actually tear at the fabric of who we are as an institution. We need your help. We need your help.
Yeah, let me pause on that. Charlie backs, Mike backs. Keep okay.
The goddamn white trash! The goddamn white trash!
Charlie Kirk's son ventriloquism at the end.
You get the picture?
Help! That's all that matters. Help! That's all that matters. Help! That's all that matters.
ministry. I first heard that at the Rob Zombie show they were opening up for. Oh, it's doggy. It's doggy. It's doggy. It's Massimo. It's Massimo doggy. I can't hate you. I can't be mad at you. It's hard to even be mad with him around. Hello. Good boy. Good boy. Who's a good doggy? You're a good doggy. Did you know you're a good doggy? And that's a good thing. It's got good right in the name. I think he's a little logy. You want to sleep? You want to sleep in my lap? Oh, sorry. By the way, did you see the Jello Biafra video I posted days ago? Oh, I probably saw the video. I didn't know you posted it. He's mossy. He's the mossy. Is it the one where he performed with Guar? Where they revealed the leaders of Antifa?
And now it's time for another edition of What Would Jello Do? Let's hear it for No Kings. No Trump, no Kings, no Fascist USA. No Trump, no Kings, no Fascist USA. 7 million strong, hundreds of thousands of people of peace in all these cities. And of course, the Trump Nazis were hoping they would all get out of hand. They could start shooting. He could have an excuse to send in his own private Gestapo that's all masked up that he calls ICE, and all these places had to back off in San Francisco. So the tech barons now told him not to because San Francisco wasn't on fire after all. What were you doing? Watching all this weird AI shit our friends made, and you actually believed it, Donald? Well, anyway, we're not surprised. But the best part of the weapon that's showing up here that's getting through to them and making them so freaked out is comedy, the humor. I find out, somebody's bum rushing the ISA headquarters in Portland. They're dressed as sharks. They're dressed as geese. They're dressed as whales. Then an entire marching band dressed as bananas showed up, and nobody was even expecting them. This is not what these humorless people want. Then there's CNN, they're asking people, that's a nice butterfly sign saying that's the only monarch I like. Do you hate America? And the woman, well, no. Are you a member of Antifa? No. And everybody's laughing their asses off, even the crew, you can hear them. Same with old ladies, same question. Do you or do you not hate America? And they're all saying, no, we got these flags here because we love America. A woman is built similarly to Caitlin Heffernan from Wheelchair Sports Camp, the same kind of motorized wheelchair. She was about that big. She was interviewed. She had a flag. Oh, no, I'm not Antifa. I don't hate America. And meanwhile, I get a letter from somebody at the No Kings protest in Portland saying that a drone hovered this close to him. I could almost touch it right at eye level so I could get a good picture of his Antifa terrorist shirt. What did it say? Nazi punks fuck off. So then the drone circled around the back, trying to study his back, then it flew away. In other words, I figured I was on their shit list anyway. How could I not be, especially after the last What Would Jello Do? But now it's scarier because it means anybody with anything like that or anything can be a gang tattoo. Anybody can be Antifa that they don't like, except they can't find them. They still can't find them. Bunch of old ladies saying, I don't hate America. I love America. We just hate Donald Trump. All 7 million of us. Where are they? There ain't a website. You can't call their spokesperson on the phone. They don't have a subcommandante Marcos or
yeah, he does
anybody.
have a Kolchak hat on.
Where are they? Well, now I realize because they're even trying to get me over Nazi punks fuck off t-shirts and the like, then, well, okay. You're already following me. I'm going to lead you right to them. Just like in all the movies. Follow this person, don't arrest them, so then you'll find the real leaders. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump see Trump amok. Here they are. Antifa!
asleep. Doggy fell asleep. Oh, he's sleeping now. Yeah. That was pretty sweet. I assume that's the video you were talking about. Oh, now I got a sleeping puppy in my lap. How am I supposed to rant with a sleeping puppy in my my lap? Rant lap. Yeah. He fell asleep. I don't know what to do now. I'm just petting this dog. Puppy, I'm going to have to get up and pee at some point. He's like, no, you don't. No, you don't. You don't need to pee. You don't need to get up. All you need to do is let me sleep in your lap. Aww. Oh, Kaiju Big Battle. Yeah. That happens to you too. The doggy falls asleep in your lap, just like, well, I guess I'm just a dog bed now. Oh, you just realized the guy you saw at Comic-Con wasn't dressed as the Seventh Doctor, he was dressed as Kolchak? Oh, yeah, they do have similar hats, don't they? Speaking of which...
Chapter 1. This is the story behind one of the greatest manhunts in history. Maybe you read about it, or rather what they let you read about it. Probably
hey, Skull Maggot, how you doing?
Buried somewhere in a back page.
How you doing, brother?
However, what happened in that city between May 16th and May 28th of this year was so incredible that to this day the facts have been suppressed in a massive effort to save certain political careers from disaster and law enforcement officials from embarrassment. This will be the last time I will ever discuss these events with anyone. So when you have finished this bizarre account, judge for yourself its believability, and then try to tell yourself, wherever you may be, it couldn't happen here.
The opening of Kolchak the Night Stalker, you know. That's actually a movie in a series that they could totally bring back. They could totally fucking redo, like, Kolchak the Night Stalker. I think it's because we were talking about Kolchak that, like, this got in my head. Because it's got a similar feel to it, you know. Guy in a hat. Yeah, a redo of Kolchak could be great. It could be really good. You learned to Kolchak through some audio plays made in the late 2000s? Oh, man. Reese Darby played a version of Kolchak? Huh. Yeah, I could see that. Oh, hey, doggy. You know what? I think, you know who I think should actually, I don't know who should star in it, but I think the people who should do like a Kolchak remake would be the people who did Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Just give it more of that noir feel.
Hey, doggy, you up? You up and out? You awake? Oh, yeah, you awake.
Let's see. Oh, man. Oh, did you mean did you mean Jacob Davidson? Yeah, Reese Darby. Huh. Yeah, I think Reese Darby looks like he'd make a great Kolchak. We know he can do an American accent, so that's good. I actually like this version of the Perry Mason theme song. I'm going to play it again. I didn't like the HBO remake of Perry Mason as much because I didn't think it got Perry Mason enough. And I kept saying all they needed to do was actually use the classic Perry Mason theme song. And for some reason, like, the show refused to do it, despite the fact that you're doing Perry Mason, you know, like, oh, whatever. Well, you can't bring Quantum Leap back. That requires is it Scott Bakula? Yeah. It requires Scott Bakula. Otherwise, it's not the same. You know, you would have to do something totally different. You know, I don't understand why they even tried with Quantum Leap. You know, it's like, no, you really need that guy. And, yeah, it's all right. I mean, it's a show. Ugh. Oh no, I'm a no-no word. Yeah, the remake lasted 2 seasons, which I was honestly a little surprised at. Because I'm like, 2? Isn't that just been 1 and never mind, we made a mistake? I mean, that's where I would have been with it. Have I seen a movie called Paradox from 2010 starring Kevin Sorbo? I have not. That does sound familiar, though. Hold on. Oh, boy. Wow, there are a lot of movies named Paradox. Oh, I have not seen this, but it says has Kevin Sorbo on it, so that's like... That sounds like made for suck. Oh, although it has to do with monsters. Huh, maybe I'll check it out just for like the monster shit. But I mean, like, Kevin Sorbo's a piece of shit, you know? It's lame, yeah, it is. Yeah, but sometimes I watch really bad stories in order to fucking glean something out. Usually there's like some little nugget in there that's like worth checking out. Even if it is just werewolf prostitute. Huh, I wonder where I could watch this. Streaming on the Roku channel and Prime Video, where I can rent it for $4. Oh wait, Tubi's also got it. That's a better option. All right, I'll put that on the list. Oh, man. Oh, puppy's asleep again. Oh, now he's looking at me. Hey. Hey. You want to know why I'm not petting you? Well, I'll pet you. I'll pet you. Yeah, real tough guy, right? Who's your doggy? I bet your owners miss you. But you can sleep there. As long as you let me boop your head and boop your snoot. Boop, boop, boop. Mossy Park Chihuahua? No, I don't think so. I actually don't know. I just know he's a good dog. He is sleepy. He's so sleepy. Yeah. He's sleepy. A better, more permanent fucking thing for that camera, I think, so I can move it around. Yeah, Massimo is part super cute. Yes. He's a small doggy. Not the smallest doggy I've ever seen, but he is a small doggy. He's on the smallish side.
Destination unknown.
Oh man, what do you think? Misfits with or without Danzig? I think they're good bands. I think they're both good bands. They are different bands, but I like both of them. Kevin Sorbo loves a bitch about people who don't like it for his beliefs. Oh, and how? That guy needs to fucking get off. He needs to get off it. Well, he sucks as a person. He's only so good as an actor. You know, like, why don't people want to hire you anymore? Well, if you're an asshole and not that good, then people don't want to work with you. Seems simple to me. But there are guys with less talent that have jobs. Yeah, they're probably easier to work with. Trust me, that counts for a lot. Being good to work with? Oh my God. That's rare as shit. That is rare. Oh, what's this? By the way, I'm just going to play this again because I like it. I'm going to play the beginning of it because I quote it. Me and my brother quote this a lot.
It's 4 a.m. Hiveside, and those lucky enough not to be on the streets have their murder visions all tuned into Hallelujah Jack. But me and my friends, no, we're what's known as Scotty Sprinters. We're not in our sleep cubes.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves is a great example. Like, as an actor, he's perfectly fine. He's not great. But he's apparently really a pleasure to work with. And that goes real far. Yeah, I have a brother. He is taller than me. By about, 2 inches, I think.
And we don't know it yet. But we're about to die.
Yeah, the part me and my brother keep quoting is
and those lucky enough not to be on the... It's 4 a.m. Hiveside, and those lucky enough not to be on the streets have their murder visions all tuned into Hallelujah Jack. But me and my friends, no, we're what's known
my brother's
as
a good
Scotty
guy.
Sprinters.
You know, he's also a little heavier than I am, so, there's
we don't
definitely,
know it
a slight size difference.
But we're about to die.
He's also more muscular than I am, so,
The sludge
you know,
claw never chirps a bubble. Or at least that's what I'd murm if these Keebly scruffed the skimple a sun in their ivies.
Yes! I can't wait to show the fucking group! It says it's got a comm rating of 6. I do it. Well, you got to roll.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do. You can't just fucking hack something without, you got to roll dice.
What do I roll?
Yeah, Hallelujah Jack would be a great wrestler name.
Computing?
Yeah.
There's 3 numbers next to computing.
Just give me a sec.
I noticed Bam Bam was suspiciously calm.
Chisel freaks.
All right.
Scorn grummed those chisel freaks forth through first casing spun globe side. And I wasn't surprised.
Motherfucker, where is it?
This time they blow with the wrong Fragitar.
Why the fuck would they put it in the back? It's not even the same section as...
I grabbed my...
Well, if we, even though we come from the same parents, if we put us in fantasy, fucking terms, like I would be a half elf, he might be a half orc. You know.
Toaster and clapped into the blob tricks.
No. Okay, so the first two numbers are your fix and break, but the third number is your Fragitar quotient, which is the maximum rating your Fragitar can have. So if you club into the blob tricks, you can use you use a D20 with your Fragitar instead of D6 pools, and you add your Fragitar's rating. Versus,
I think he's the smarter guy, though. I'll be honest. I think my brother's smarter than I am.
Then I literally cannot not hack it. Well, you have to roll in case of a glitch anyway, so...
Scrubbles clubs his primary Fragitar, Hydraulis, into the Blobtrix. Hydraulis uses Dub to bring his Fragitar rating from 4 to 8, minus the console's com rating of 6, so I roll a d20 and I need to get more than a -2. Now, my Blob deck has a Fragitar Wungus Bobule, which negates glitches, which means I don't need to roll at all.
It says here that the console has an anti-Wungus Bobule, so just in case of a glitch, you still have to roll.
That's not real.
Did you read the adventure?
I didn't see anywhere in the rules that said I couldn't read. I knew if you look closely at my character sheet, you will note that I will not have to roll a single die the entire evening, because this game was designed by a failed novelist who has tricked you into reading his microfiction.
No, look, there's some.
It's the most fun you'll ever have doing algebra. Have you ever heard of Tales from the Mad Moon? No, I have not. Tales from the Mad Moon. Dungeon Synth Archive. Okay, come on. Load. Look, why is he... Okay. Drakenblut. Oh, okay. So it's like ambient music for your old D&D game. You're a short human or a tall gnome. Yeah, I think Drakenblut means, I'm pretty sure that means Drake's blood, dragon's blood. You know, there are a lot of songs here with like dragon in the title, so I'm sure that's what that means. There's a friend of mine named Oppie, who is Malaysian. She's very small. And her first role-playing character was for the game Changeling the Lost. And she made a Darkling. But her history was that she was taken by the Fae back in the Vietnam War, and she was Viet Cong, and they dug the tunnels too deep. You know, they dug too deep and found something. And so now she's changed into this little hairy hamster monster that wears Viet Cong hat, and carries around the little red book. I thought that character was great. Free miniature zine called 28. Let's see. Miniature zine 28. Eat, drink, bold. No, that's not it. No, I haven't heard of. Is it 28 millimeter Zona Alpha? No, I don't think so. Let's see. Can you? Is that a cat? Yep. Hey, kitty. See, I'm not finding it. Welcome to 28, a collection of free digital magazines. Hold on. Is this it? Is this what you're talking about? Yes. So is this primarily about miniatures art? Yep, we saw Junko's jump. Yeah, it was from. There's a little table right outside that door on the other side. That's where he was like coming in from. Man, maybe I should get back into miniature painting. It's been a while. I have a lot of leftover paint that's still good. Store. Redbubble merch. Fist in the eye. Patreon. Games. The Wield. Ooh. Let's see. 3rd edition, text only. Oh. Huh. Yeah. All right. My body is telling me that I need to like go for now. I won't be on tomorrow. That's Halloween. That's the big night. So I will be performing live inside my house, being a scary monster for most of the evening. I might come on extremely late, meaning like after 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, maybe. But I'll probably also be really tired. So keep an eye out if you just happen to have nothing else to do. But if nothing else, I'll see y'all back on Monday. And what a day it will be, that Monday. I don't know why it will be that way, but it will be a day. Until next time, everybody, Ave Satanas. Whoops. Ave Satanas, Disco Inferno. Remember, Satan and I love you all very much. Until next time.